I was diagnosed with CTCL/MF July 17, 2011, and I didn't know anything about it at all, except that lymphoma meant blood and cutaneous meant something about the skin. And so I put it into the computer, and it came up with some the National Cancer Institute and 2 lymphoma foundations and cutaneous lymphoma foundation. I called NCI, and they offered me a wig if I lost my hair. Other than that, I seemed to be on my own. The other 2 foundations didn't call me back. And just in desperation and pure fear, I dialed cutaneous lymphoma, and this lady named Susan answered the phone. But she was at an airport. And you could hear the jets flying all over. And she would say, "Wait just a minute, wait just a minute." And she just kept talking to me. In that moment, I wasn't free falling anymore. Somebody had caught my balloon, and I was grounded, and I could go forward. So it's been that second chance in transforming. A way to learn about it, a way to cope with it, a way to meet other people, a way to be able to be informed so I can ask my doctor semi-intelligent questions, but my doctors don't have much more experience in it than I do. In actuality, MF changed my life, but for the better, because it really put a lot of things in perspective that probably wouldn't have been. And when I entered with CLF, they just kind of meshed together, and it was only go forward. There was no more going back. When you're first diagnosed and you're learning about it, it'd be kind of like high school, you know, just enough to get in trouble. But when you come here, in these 2 days, they've explained it from the cells all the way up to the skincare products that you need and complications, the mental status and everything, and it's just layer after layer after layer. So it's kind of like a college education where you walk away going, I didn't know that. A couple of things I found out I was doing right that I didn't know, and my doctors didn't know. This has been a fantasy, and everyone that I have talked to here feels the same way. They've learned so much, but more than that, we get to see each other. And when I first came in, I was really scared of everybody. Well, not scared, but nervous, and I didn't know them. And then you hear your name hollered across the room by different people, and you realize that person has what you have, and you have a connection, and you're not alone, and you've made a friend. Matter of fact, on their little welcome brochure, there's a sentence down there that says something another, and empower you. And when I looked down and I saw that word, I realized that's what was happening. I was being empowered. I was learning so much on so many different levels where my doctors go, take this, you're going to sleep a lot, your skin's going to peel, you may lose some weight. It's just little clips of knowledge. And this was the whole shooting match. Well, the favorite part of this has been meeting other people, to not be alone. I'm the only MFer at my hospital. And it's kind of fun, and I've made a way to make jokes of it, because cancer doesn't know what to do with humor, so it stumps it. There's only so much you can laugh about it when you're just doing it by yourself. And here it was to look across and see men, women, young people, black, white, Spanish, whoever, it didn't matter. All the way across the board, we had a common link, and it took that isolation away.